Hey guys, I'm Dannesh, founder and owner of Silky Socks. I started Silky Socks in 2013 because at the time there was a major need for a dope quality sock that's both wearable and printable. I looked around and looked and looked and looked, but I couldn't find one. So I thought, why don't I fill this need? And I tested sublimation printing on a sock very similar to this one, and I didn't even know if it would work, but when I revealed the transfer, wow, I was mesmerized. And it wasn't enough to just make a product. I thought, I have to make a whole ass company out of this. Yep, a whole ass company. That was the birth and launch of Silky Socks, and the rest is history. Today we've expanded into a full line of apparel blanks, all for sublimation printing. In today's presentation, I'm gonna start with creating a design using AI. Yep, AI, artificial intelligence. If you've never designed using that, I'm gonna show you a simple and easy tool to make some fantastically colorful, sublimation-friendly designs. Next, I'm gonna show you how to take that design and set it up for a sock using our templates inside of Adobe Photoshop. Then we'll make a pair of socks together and end it on that. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's jump into it. Okay guys, so I'm on my iPhone here. We're gonna go to an application called ChatGPT. You've probably heard of ChatGPT. It's one of the most popular artificial intelligence apps out there. So this is called ChatGPT 4. It's the paid version, so I believe to get this tool, you do have to get the paid version of ChatGPT. As far as my knowledge, when I started using this, and I paid $20 a month for this paid version. But watch how powerful it is to get a design. I'm going to say, give me a design of an eagle flying over space and mountains. And then I'm gonna hit the plus, the arrow, and it's gonna start creating an image. An eagle flying over space and mountains. Because an eagle represents, in business, that strong bird that flies alone, higher than the other birds, but he's not flying in a flock. So I take a lot of inspiration from the eagle, baby. All right, let's see what it gives us. It says, here is an design of an eagle flying over mountains, blah, blah, blah. I hope you like this. Wow. So you see it's talking to me. Look at that. Whew. Damn, I love it. See, nowhere else are you gonna get a design that fast, that colorful, that exquisite, and on demand. So this I really like. Now, if you have the knowledge to take something like this and use the Photoshop templates to make it into a sock that you can actually use, or a file that you can actually use for a sock, now you're in business. So I call that being a functional designer. Okay, next, let me tell him to give me one more, watch this, one more. So he's gonna straight up create me another one. So that is super dope. You could keep doing this over and over again and be like, how about another one, how about another one, how about another one? It'll probably, I think it'll only create you one at a time, so you can't be like, give me 10, but it'll create me another one. Let's see. Bam, gorgeous, very different. Let me see if it'll give me even more. Can you give me 5 more variations? Let's see. Currently, I can only generate 1 image per request. Okay, 1 more, please. I'm polite to the AI. I talk to him like he's my homie, like he's my teacher or something. I'll be like, please, thank you, you know. But no, seriously, what I told you guys in the beginning, I use this tool to discuss a lot of things that I'm pondering and thinking about. Ooh, a tangible one I want to give you guys is accounting. This past tax season, I would have accounting questions for my accountant, but before I'd go to the accountant and ask him, I'd ask ChatGPT, so I knew what I was talking about, and then I'd take that knowledge and ask the accountant, and we'd have super high level conversations. Just a little tip for you guys. All right, Bam, look at that one. Ooh, ooh. Sheesh. It's like watercolor paint. That is so nice. I love it. Oh my God. So as you guys can see, that's a simple example. You could just, you know, whatever you're into, change up the prompt, object, maybe call this the subject, call this the background 1, background 2, and I said I want a bald eagle flying over mountains in space. Let me see exactly what I said. Flying over space and mountains. So yeah, I gave it like 2 background subjects, and that's the main subject right there. And it really gave me some dope stuff. Next, we're gonna take this into our Adobe Photoshop Designer, because it's not enough to just use this and not have any design skills at all. You do still want the functional skills of like an Adobe Photoshop or whatever software you use to be able to set designs up on our templates, because then you can take a design like this, crop it how you need, and then use it for your product. So use a combination of AI and functional design to get you something dope. Let's go to the next step. Okay, so I just airdropped myself those files. They're gonna be here under my downloads. Look at that, all 3 of them. And then I need to open up the template for the athletic socks, because we're making a pair of athletic socks today. So I'm gonna go to silkysocks.com, and that's where I'm gonna go under resources, templates, all templates, and then you're gonna go to socks, athletic socks. We're gonna click that, and then it's got a Photoshop template and an Illustrator template. We're gonna go with the Photoshop one. We're gonna go ahead and download that. So we're gonna go open with Photoshop, and I'm using Photoshop 2020. Let's see here. All right, so now it shows me my blank sock here, a pair, so that's why there's 2. And it's got 2 red boxes. I'll explain what that is. The file size is 10 inches by 8 inches. So that's the size of the actual transfer sheet that you are gonna wanna print. And then the 2 socks represent the pair laid out next to each other while loaded onto jigs. So this shows you 2 socks loaded on jigs next to each other. The red box is about how much artwork you can fill on one individual sock, maximum. So to give you a little visual representation, here is the jigs that we're gonna use. So once I load the sock onto the jig, that's what that is right there. Not this bottom part, but just this upper part. Boom, boom, and then your transfer sheet covers the whole thing like that. So you'll see that in the next phase on production. Okay, now let's go to these. Whew, that one's beautiful. But I'm gonna go with this one because I like the way the eagle's centered. Converted it into a JPEG, so now I'll drag the JPEG into Photoshop and that should do it. Open with Photoshop. Okay. So you might have to screenshot it, crop it, something if it's like a reformat it, which I just did here. And now it gives it to me there, okay. Okay, so I've got it here as layer 1, and then I've got the guides and images, which is these red boxes and the sock images. So if I hide those, I could see what I'm working with. But I don't really want to hide those just this second. I want to just lock those so they don't move. And then I want to be able to play around with the graphics. So you saw how I locked the layer right there. So now I'm going to hit Command T to be able to make this bigger or smaller. And I want to go ahead and make that significantly bigger. So what I want to do is get one eagle on this sock and one eagle on this sock, then crop this and fill up the rest of it so it looks like a full design that I could use on my sublimation socks. So let me see how that looks. So that's again me hiding the sock images and guides. That's about good if I was in terms of just the size and placement of the eagle. Maybe a little bit lower. So what we're gonna do is we are going to simply select some of this design area. And then we're gonna Command C, which is copy and paste. Boom. So what that did is it created me a separate layer of the part that I just copied and pasted. It's called layer 2. I can hide layer 1, and then I can duplicate layer 2. I can copy it and paste it again. Bam, you see that? Now I'm gonna select this. This is called layer 3. I'm gonna place it on my right sock. And let me put it behind layer 2 so I can move it in a little. I have to adjust it to kind of center it inside that red box, okay? So now what I'm looking at is two eagles next to each other, beautiful, over my background. One on the left sock, one on the right sock. But now the problem becomes, what about all this other space, right? How are we gonna get all of that filled up? I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna actually merge all 4 of these to make it easy. So I select them all, and then I do Control or right click, merge layers. So what that did is it made this whole thing one layer, right? So now watch this. I'm going to select this white area, and I'm gonna let it hang over my design just a little bit, and I'm going to go to Edit, Content Aware Fill. This is a very powerful tool, Content Aware Fill. I really like this tool for it tries to fill up the areas that are around the design. Let's see if this works here. So it pops up another window here for me. And it kind of gives me a preview. See if I like that. I think I was trying to do a little too much here. Let me see if I can do a smaller area. So we'll go to try that again. Content Aware Fill. Sometimes you have to do it a few times. And then you can even output it to a new layer. So you see output to current layer or new layer. And then I think you can play around with the levels here. Not too familiar, but with all these features, but I've used this a lot to fill up sock areas that were previously uncovered. Okay, see, I like that. That fills up that area a little bit more. So you kind of have to do this a few times. Edit, Content Aware Fill. Boom. Okay, let's see. Watch it loading, and then it's going to fill up some of this area right here. Bam, you see that? Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Let's see how much more we have to go. You can reference back and turn on that layer to see how much more you have to keep going. And again, if you wanted to just copy and paste, you can. You can also merge these layers and then just, here's another way to do it, watch this. So I can merge these two layers that I just made from my Content Aware Fill. So select them, right click merge layers, and then if I didn't want to keep doing that, which I just did, then I just select that part of it and hit Command T to transform, and then hold down Shift, and then I can just go like that. Boom. So that could be the rest of the design. So one thing about it though is you can get away with doing that because a lot of this top design is going to get cut off anyways because it's bleed area, so it's not necessarily going to go onto our sock because we got the meat and potatoes of it with all of this eagle and this space and pattern right here. Now we're just filling up the bleed area so it doesn't look like a nasty white line. I just wanted to point that out. So it looks like we are pretty much there. We just have that tiny bit left, which is an easy Content Aware Fill. Boom. And then hit OK. All right, so I got the top there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and merge these 3 layers. So that's all merged together, merge layers. Bam. And now I still have a white on the right, left, and bottom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the bottom and go edit, content aware fill. And instead of doing new layer, I just wanted to go to the current layer so that I don't have to keep merging the layers. So we're gonna do that. Let's keep an eye on the bottom of the design here as I hit OK. Oh, come on, give me a little more than that. Give me a little more than that. Let's see if hovering over my mouse helps. Bam. Yeah, there we go. So look, it kind of expanded the mountain there magically. We're gonna go ahead and try this right side. And there's also a thing called recorded actions. If you didn't want to keep going into the menu and hitting edit, content aware fill, you can set up what's called a recorded action inside of Photoshop, where one of your F keys automatically does the content aware fill. So that's a pretty cool feature here. All right, anyway, that's a pretty cool shortcut, I mean, if you wanted to do that. Okay, so we'll go in here, boom. Ooh, I love how that one went. Now we gotta do it one more time on the left side. Edit, content aware fill, bam. Look at that, gives you a nice little preview right here. That is beautiful, that's exactly what I want. Bam, whew. I love it, left and right, way better than that top. So that is killer. So look, this is my final design. This is ready to print on a sock, and that's a preview of it. And you just make sure you hide your guides and images, and then you save your design. You can save it as a JPEG or a PNG, export it. All right, I couldn't shortchange you guys because I know some of you guys are probably thinking, damn, I wish you used the other design. So I brought in the other design as well. Let's see how this one looks. Boom, right over the sock. We'll do this one a little differently. Let me hide that first one. So this one eagle covers the left sock, and on the right side we have a moon and some of this watercolor. Beautiful. But I just need to fill up this right empty space and this left empty space. So what I'll do is I'll just try to see if we can use that same content aware feature on this side. So on the right side and left side. So I've selected that area, edit. Okay, so it's not showing up here. I think because I don't have a background. Oops, not now. So let's deselect. Let me see here. Will it let me now if I have this? No, it won't. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to add a background layer. I think because this image is short, it doesn't cover up the whole document, then it's not letting me fill up the rest of the document. So I'll give you guys another way to do it. What you could do is you can flatten your image. So you can go to image, or you go to layer, you flatten the image. What that does is it creates one single layer of the entire thing, including a background. So it just made this as part of the background. The reason I didn't want to do that is because it eliminated my sock preview right there, but that's okay. What we'll do is we'll unlock this layer. We already saw how it looked on the socks, so we'll just see if we can content aware fill that. So we'll go to edit, content aware fill, bam. We're hoping it fills up some of this area, bam, look at that. Showing me my preview, yes, that's what I want. Watch this. Okay. And bam, filled up that right side. Let's fill up that left side. Edit, content aware fill. Hover over that. Man, look at that. Look at the preview though. So nice, honestly. Oh, this is just a zoom. I didn't even know what this does. Some of this, sometimes I don't even know if me hovering over it even does anything, but just being honest with you. But I use this feature a lot. Content aware fill. Man, there's your final. There's your final. Unfortunately, because I flattened it, we can't see those sock layers anymore. But instead of flattening it, if you wanted to just bring over another white background layer, you can. But anyway, there it is, guys. Look at that. Beautiful. And you just converted an AI design into a sock just like that. All right, next, it's time for me to turn my press on. And there we go. Press is on, 400 degrees. And I'll adjust the time in a second here. I'll probably set it to about 35 seconds. And here is the sock design we're gonna make. It is an eagle over some space and mountains. It's not what we designed today, but that's because I don't even have a sublimation printer here. I'm here now in my garage. For those that didn't know, I work out of my house now in the garage, and I've sold off all of my equipment except my heat presses, and all of our blanks are located at a third-party logistics company warehouse. So one of our partners, logistics partners, they ship all of our blank orders and blank products for us. So I apologize for those that wanted to see this awesome design that we created come to life, but I've got something very close for you guys. And once this heat press heats up, we're gonna put these bad boys onto this blank athletic silky sock, and we're gonna use our jigs. So it's gonna be jigs, socks, heat press, sublimation transfers. I'll be back when this thing's warmed up. All right, I'm back. Press is hot enough now. I'm gonna go ahead and change the time to 35 seconds. So we've got it at 400 degrees and 35 seconds. Got my blank socks here. First step is to load it onto the jigs. So if I load it just like this, the logo will be on both sides of the sock. If I wanted it to go on the front and back, I would turn the sock and load it like so. But I'm okay with the sides in this case. And this is my Silky Socks Athletic Socks jigs that I'm using. Bam, look at that, nice smooth load. Sock is nice and straight, loaded almost to the top. Do leave a little bit room right there. And then this bottom portion allows the sock to curve. And I've actually trimmed the jig a little because our athletic jigs do go a little longer, but I like them trimmed like this when I'm doing the logos on the sides, because then it doesn't hit the heel right there. All right, I'm gonna load the second pair the same way. The second sock. And we engineered these jigs specifically for our socks. We tried other methods, but this was the best we found. This material, it's like a heavy cardstock, 2 layers of it, die cut and glued together, but it gives you a nice, smooth, comfy sock at the end of use. Let's put this eagle on there. So now I'm just gonna check, make sure it's covering all the sides of the sock, and try to center that eagle right there. And give it a press. Bam. You want like a medium pressure, you don't want it too tight because the socks do have some nice thickness to them. And you also don't want it too light so your transfer doesn't, your sublimation sheet doesn't transfer. Yeah. And notice I didn't use tape or even a cover sheet. Both of those are optional. The reason I didn't use a cover sheet was because this is a full coverage sock, so there's no like white background areas. And this is a 16 by 24 inch heat press by Heat Press Nation. All right, let's give it a little reveal. Bam. Whew. Jesus. Eagle, look at the colors, good Lord. Dang, that is nice. Beautiful. Whew. I love it. The power of AI, baby. And sublimation and Silky Socks all in one. Amazing. All right, flip, switch, and roll. That means we're flipping the socks over. I switched them, and now I'm gonna roll this line, the sides, to eliminate the line on the sides. Flip, switch, and roll. Let's do this other side. Sheesh. Sock making will always be a dope craft. I don't care what's going on out there with sales and economy and business and blah, 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 and China, and just the art of making these socks at home for fun or for a friend or family member or a business or organization. That will always be a thing. And Silky Socks will always be a contributor to that, I believe. Yes, sir. So second side, you do the same thing. Check for centering, just make sure your design is covering everywhere. And this is what I was telling you, you have that extra bleed. Some of that doesn't hit the sock. Remember we talked about the 10 inches by 8 inches sheet of paper that covers the 2 socks loaded on the jigs. That's what we were talking about right here, is get it. And okay, here's the step where if I wanted to put some tape down, I can, just to hold this transfer sheet in place. But I just like to live on the wild side. Let's get it. No tape here. Wild side, baby. Yes, sir. All right, 20 seconds and reveal, and then this video will come to a close. But I hope you all learned some good stuff today and had a good time spending it with me. I had a good time spending it with you guys. Let's get it. Second side. Let's get you guys up in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Colors popping. Beautiful. The eagle, baby. Sheesh. I love it. I love it. So colorful, so vibrant. We out here. All right, so you want to let that cool for maybe 10, 15 seconds, 30 if you really feel like it's too hot, and then you give a little peel at the top and then a smooth unload at the bottom, peel at the top and a smooth unload at the bottom. Let's take a look at my line. What line? What line? That's gorgeous. Could wear this to the gym for a workout. Could wear this out to a party. Whatever. Ooh, what line? What line? Oh, I did miss a spot a little bit right there. I don't love that, but might need to color that in with a Sharpie or something, or fabric pen. So yeah, watch your rolls, make sure you get it nice and clean, like this. Bam. All right guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you love the socks and love the design tutorial. AI, baby. You can find all your blank Silky Socks needs on silkysocks.com. That includes your blank apparel needs as well. Remember, shirts, underwears, socks, and more. silkysocks.com. We also have some cool sample packs to help get you started. And be sure to follow us on our Facebook group, Sublimation with Silky Socks, where you'll see me and a ton of other sublimation printers in there engaging with y'all and sharing their work. and helping y'all if y'all need further help and assistance and stuff like that. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, and follow us at Silky Socks on all platforms. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Keep grinding, keep hustling, keep designing, and keep making dope stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Let's get it.